Hey guys, it's Peter and our Ice Cream Bar. So recently I've been trying to get myself to redo Daichi and Chelsea's face-ups. Face-ups are just not my favorite thing in the world. I mean, I've said this more than once on this channel. I just don't really enjoy them, and I definitely have kind of a history of face-up debacles. Some of these are going to have lovely pictures for you all to see, and some of these will be just memories. Horrible, horrible memories. So in general, I don't like to consider first face-up attempts like bad attempts because you're learning, you're brand new, you don't really know the stuff yet, you're just getting used to it. They're not really bad, they're just inexperienced. That being said, there are some that are just really bad. Okay, let me explain though what had happened was personal websites were how I was getting all of my information the first year that I was in this hobby. For example, I was on someone's personal website and they were like, hey, this is how you remove a face-up. You mix water and nail polish remover and you put the head in that mixture and you let it soak. I mean, it probably is not a great idea to soak your ball joint doll in any kind of liquid, but the ratio of nail polish remover to water was so low, actually nothing really happened. They also said on that website that you don't have to remove all of the layers of sealant. You can leave the lower layers of sealant so you don't have to reseal the doll, you can just get to painting right away. So for a long time, Daichi actually had face-ups that were like partly removed and partly still his company face-up. It was just a lot of luck. It was my second year in the hobby, I had learned more, and I developed a whole new strategy for face-ups, right? I was using, this is my horrible shame secret, I was using nail polish. My whole idea was like, you use the nail polish and then you have this really cool effect where it's like just the natural beauty of the sculpt and then this kind of like pop art sort of pops of color around areas of the face. Also, I just didn't have any other materials to use, so I was just kind of stuck with nail polish. Daichi had a lot of nail polish face-ups, and Original Citrus had pretty much only nail polish face-ups. I had two friends who were into ball joint dolls, and I was like bragging on my face-up skills, which made no sense because they could see them, they weren't that good. And they're still not, so the story had a happy ending. I was going to go to their house for like a doll maintenance party, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna redo a face-up there. And they were like, oh, we've never redone a face-up, we're so excited to see. So, you know, I get there and we're doing other stuff, we're sewing clothes, we're having a good time, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna redo his face-up. I'd already removed his old face-up, and I'm just like putting him down, being all dramatic, like, I'm gonna do a demonstration. And I'm just pulling out nail polish. And they're just looking at me like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do the face-up. They're like, oh, just the shattering disappointment. I still remember their faces. I think one of my absolute worst face-up attempts was definitely on Casper. I always have loved that sculpt, and I think his face-up now like really brings out the natural quality of that sculpt, but his initial face-up, see, okay, what happened with that was that I was dating a guy, right? And I ordered that head while we were dating in this really like confident mind space. Before that head came home to me, I was broken up with, and it was like first love situation, very upsetting, just oh my gosh, cried. When Casper arrived, I was just not like in the mind space for that character, and I was definitely not in a super creative place. He had a couple really bad face-ups. The worst was definitely this one. I know I have a picture of it, and it's the one he had the longest, and it is so awful to look at, and it kind of makes me nauseous to look at it. I don't know why. I just think it's so terrible. And the way I was dressing him, he just looks like a sad, actual, maybe he's actually a prostitute. This story is not so much funny for me as it is just still horrible. So I was going into my junior year in college. I was very excited to be getting Lemon. Yay, I can't believe Lemon's already that old, that's so weird. So I was getting Lemon, and I was very excited about Lemon because I was going to be able to like experiment with all kinds of different styles of clothing and wigs. I get home for a break, like, you know, Thanksgiving or something, and I'm like, I'm gonna work on Lemon, I'm so excited. I go to paint, and it's awful. And every time it went badly, I would keep trying to work on it, and eventually I was like crying and just having just a mess, and it was awful. And because of that, I like wiped the face up clean, I shipped Lemon off to have someone else do the face up, and I did not do any face ups for like a year and a half because of that experience. Happy, happy memories. I have had so many problems with Chelsea. New Chelsea is just so different. So I have tried to do Chelsea's face up many times. Of course, there was the horrible instant face up debacle. Prior to that, he had many face ups that were all just terrible. And the stupid thing is I kept making the same mistake where I would try and do too much in one layer and it would all get muddy and gross. And I have this thing in my head every time I try and do face-ups like, oh, it's muddy and gross on this layer, but I can fix it in the next layer. So you go out and you spray it and you try it and it gets even muddier and you're like, okay, but I'll fix it later. And for some bizarre reason, I learned that it doesn't work to work that way, right? I learned that. And then the next time I go to do another face-up, I do the exact same thing. It's like, I learned it, but only for like a week. The worst though, the worst was when I had done his face up, it looked really good. I went out to spray the final coat and then I come back and I'm cleaning up my station and I'm doing my thing and then I go back outside and I had sprayed too close to his face. And all because, you know, the head's upside down, it looks like he's been just like weeping mascara all down his forehead. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry and wipe it off. It had already dried in place. So you make one mistake and you can be like one layer in or you can be like 8 layers in. And it's just like one mistake. And now you get to start all over. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. My camera battery's about to die, so I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!